Salut, c'est Ben et Camille de la chaîne bookin'game.
Aujourd'hui on se retrouve pour l'épisode 6 de notre let's play sur
Tangle Tower.
Et on espère que ce sera le dernier, parce que là techniquement on a toutes les clés pour résoudre le mystère.
Bah moi j'aime bien le jeu, donc c'est pas forcément que j'espère.
On l'avait déjà, on y avait déjà parlé, je sais plus.
Si, bah si
bon.
t'as des
ouais,
des
il y
petits
avait un
machins.
doute. C'est bon. Alors voyons voir. Hop, là.
Mets la map.
Où est-ce qu'on irait? On va voir elle, tiens. Elle, je la soupçonne.
Ok.
Touc. Alors, raconte-nous des trucs. Tac, tac, tac. Ah, qu'est-ce qu'elle pense de Poppy?
Oh, did you talk to Poppy already?
Yeah, a little bit.
And did you make any notes of what she told you?
Yeah, I did.
Lovely. Burn them. It'll all be lies.
Why would Poppy lie to us?
Because that's what she does. She's a snake. Looks like one too.
Don't you think you're being a little unfair, Penny?
She started it.
Ouais, donc en gros il a piqué son copain. La lettre avec du sang ou des pétales rouges, je ne sais plus trop quoi, elle est où déjà?
Je vois pas.
Tu sais, la lettre, tu l'as, je sais pas quoi là.
Papier chiffonné là.
C'est où papier chiffonné?
Là,
Ah oui, ah on lui avait déjà montré. Ok,
Ouais, la photo déchirée.
I can't decide what's worse. How she looks here or how she looks now.
Do you know who this is? In the photo?
Oh, absolutely no idea.
ouais, non. Comment on pourrait lui faire voir qu'on a un doute avec elle? Un livre d'homme.
Somebody taking an interest in extinct animals.
Extinct.
Oh, yes. The book is very old. Most of the birds in it are long gone.
Well, what about this bird, though? The ink dip.
This one? Well, it was thought to be extinct for a long time. Then one was found here at Tangle Tower.
So it's not extinct.
You misunderstand. It was the last one. The very last.
Oh.
Ouais, je pense qu'on a tout vu avec elle. Je vois pas trop ce qu'on peut montrer de plus. En fait.
C'est vrai, alors qu'est-ce qu'on pourrait faire? On pourrait peut-être voir Freya, non?
Ouais.
Je pense qu'elle va nous parler à un moment donné. Hein.
Certainement.
J'espère. Qu'est-ce qu'on peut lui montrer? C'est a priori c'était elle qui a ouvert le
Have
livre.
you seen this book before? Do you know who it belongs to?
I really thought she was going to say something there.
La photo?
Laquelle, celle-ci?
Ouais.
Au moins, les lignes de
This is a
texte avec
photo
elle sont
of
rapides.
Fifi, isn't it? Your daughter?
Ça, regarde, c'est où?
Papier chiffonné? Non.
What do you think of your husband's hobby?
Do you have any hobbies? You haven't seen this yet, have you?
It's a little model of you. Who were the other people next to you?
Je sais pas, je pense qu'on n'aura rien avec elle.
Oh, quand même, à mon avis, il y aura un truc qui va la faire réagir à un moment donné, c'est obligé.
Ouais, mais je sais pas si on a ça encore.
Ah, j'ai l'impression qu'on a tout, hein. Le seul truc qu'on n'a pas fait, c'est la statue avec harpe. Mais je pense qu'on doit avoir à peu près tout.
Ouais, mais on n'a pas fait la statue avec harpe. Justement.
Do you know anything about this beetle?
C'est le dernier indice.
Do you know
c'est
anything
non
about
débloqué.
these birds?
Enfin, en tout cas,
Or
pour
birds in general?
On essaie du coup d'aller faire la harpe une fois qu'on aura tout fait avec elle.
Do you recognize any of these
ouais,
feathers?
même si je vois pas. Parce qu'on n'a pas trouvé en fait des dessins sur la harpe.
J'ai l'impression que si.
Ah bon?
Bah, on a le son enregistré, on a le piano, on a le chant des oiseaux, on a à peu près tout. Hein.
Ok.
Qu'est-ce qu'elle pourrait nous dire d'intéressant? Sa fille?
We spoke to your daughter Fifi.
Je vois pas trop pourquoi.
C'est sa fille
She's
quand
some
même?
kind of super intelligent scientist. You must be proud of her.
Do you and Fitz have anything to do with each other? Other than your initials?
Ouais, non, y a rien à tirer, je pense
We
pas.
met Felix, your husband. He's one of our suspects, and he seems pretty suspicious if you ask me. So, if you want to stick up for him, now's your chance.
Nice try.
Ouais, on dira rien. Il y a juste un truc que je voulais voir, c'était l'arbre généalogique. Tu sais, il y avait une personne qui était pile au milieu. Et je crois pas qu'on l'a interrogé.
On a interrogé tout le monde.
Ouais, mais j'ai l'impression qu'en fait, on n'a pas rencontré une personne qui était pile au milieu de l'arbre généalogique.
What is that?
I think it's a family trait.
Regarde. La personne sont Fiona Fellow.
Fiona Fellow. We met her. She is one of the
Ah, on l'a
suspects.
rencontré, ok. Attends, on l'a rencontré, mais du coup, c'est qui déjà Fiona? Fiona.
C'est la morte? Non, non c'était Frey.
Ouais. Enfin, on n'a pas Fiona. Tu vois, c'est ce que je te dis, on n'a pas Fiona. On est d'accord, il y a un truc qui cloche.
Ouais, mais je pense pas que ce soit ça pour le moment.
Tu penses qu'il faut qu'on aille où?
Peut-être voir l'homme dans la scène.
Genre, on sait que t'es pas avec ta copine, mais avec l'autre gothique, là.
Ouais, on peut commencer par ça.
Regardez.
Hanging baskets.
To you,
You're only two.
2 inches makes all.
That's quite sweet, really. Felix made that? Huh. It's an egg with feet.
It was locked, but we opened it, but it was empty.
Fun story.
Ouais, j'ai pas idée.
There's something about the report of Fitz going up Pointer. Something suspicious.
Let's ask him about it.
Alors, doute, ça y est,
So,
ça y est, ça se débloque.
Fitz, I have a report that you were seen sneaking up Pointer Tower, holding a knife.
That's not right. I don't go into Pointer Tower. I don't own a knife. And I don't sneak. Was it Fifi who told you this?
How did you know that?
A guess. She doesn't like me very much. But yeah, she was mistaken. Maybe she wasn't wearing her eye lens thing.
What do you think, Grimoire?
Il y a quelque chose d'autre.
Fifi
Ouais, je pense.
did
Ouais.
see Fitz, but he was holding something else.
So, if it wasn't a knife, what was it?
L'appel.
Ouais. Enfin, le petit truelle, tu veux dire?
Ouais, ça. Ouais,
Je fais ça ici.
ouais.
What about this?
Ah, that.
Is it yours?
It was a gift. It's sentimental. I have no reason to take it up Pointer Tower. I don't use it at all.
Tam. Allez, on va pouvoir enfin. La seule chose qui peut se détruire. Utiliser pour enterrer. Mais là, c'est la truelle.
Ah, ouais.
Enfin, le transplantoire. Utiliser pour enterrer. Premier fils s'occupe de. La fleur en pot.
Et là, on a quoi?
Chambre de Penny. Chambre de Fitz. Chambre de Poppy. Jardin, serre, chambre de Penny. C'était dans sa chambre à elle, non?
C'est pas Poppy? Ah, Penny.
C'était chez Penny qu'il y avait la fleur, non?
Oui, c'est ça.
On tente.
An ornate trowel is used by Fitz to look after a potted flower in Penny's room.
That flower.
Yes.
I've never seen it before.
We need a clue to compare to that flower. Something that proves its connection to Fitz.
Alors, on doit avoir cet indice. L'indice qui permet de. Les pétales. Non?
Ouais, Non, parce que les pétales sont rouges.
Le fruit en pot. Ah, ils ont le même pot.
Let's take a closer look at these.
Ouais, c'est ça.
Alors,
C'est ça, c'est ça. Il faut que tu mettes, tu sais, le zoom sur...
le pot, ouais.
hmm.
Tac. Le pot de terre. Le cœur sur le pot. Ah, attends. Le pot de terre. La chambre de Freya, la chambre de Penny,
Penny.
ressemble au pot de terre de la serre. Aïe, je suis... Tac, chambre de Freya sous les planches. Serre de Fitz. Que j'ai apporté pour le déjeuner, bien sûr.
Ouais,
The pot and
normalement, c'est
soil
logique.
in
Right.
Penny's room matches the pot and soil found in Fitz's greenhouse.
Et bim.
Let me guess. Penny's flower was originally a gift from you, Fitz. There's no way it's a coincidence.
No way what's a coincidence.
The flower. It looks exactly like Penny.
It took me a long time to breed. I
Ah bah oui,
wanted the
c'est vrai que
colors
ça
to
fait
be
les
exactly
cheveux,
right.
ses manches,
That's
ses
some
affres, etc.
gift.
Turns out Penny isn't particularly interested in looking after plants. So I go into her room every now and again when she's not there. Water the flower, change the soil, just trying to keep it alive.
Ok, bon, on n'en tirera rien de plus. Donc
C'est un début.
il va être quand même vraiment amoureux d'elle, mais je suis quand même sûre que sur leur petit balcon suspendu, il se passe des choses entre eux. Hein. Qu'est-ce qu'on peut faire d'autre?
Après, il n'y a rien à en tirer. En fait.
Non mais on est obligé d'avoir un doute.
Uncommonly skilled as an artist, but Freya was so much more than her talent. She helped me get started with my own painting, you know. It taught me what she knew about wood carving, too. Tremendous patience. She was ever so good with dear Flora.
Freya and Flora were close?
Oh, yes, especially especially recently.
How are you related to Freya?
Somewhat distantly, as it happens. My father, Lord Fellow, was her grandfather. Technically, that makes her a fellow. Let's just say there was some discussion over whether she ought to carry the name at all. There's a family tree in the Grand Hall. You should take a look at it.
What about her inheritance?
Freya's parents died when she was around 3 years old. She came to live here shortly afterwards.
Nobody left her a thing?
I'm afraid not. She had no formal claim over anything at Tangle Tower.
Les objets, peut-être à présenter.
On lui avait pas présenté plus.
Is that a clue? Really?
It might be.
I've been carving for a couple of years now. I was hopeless when I started, but it didn't take me long to master it, as you can see.
Do you paint them yourself too?
I do indeed. Freya kindly taught me the basics. Nowadays, I can make just about anything I can imagine. Of course, this particular model is a self-portrait based on hard fact.
Il est quand même avec un couteau
Hard
dans la
fact,
main et du sang
So,
techniquement.
you own a sword, Felix?
Of course, I own a great many. But my weapons are stored well away from Tangle Tower. Safety first and all that. Ah, you found it. What do you think, huh? I had to rush the final touches a little bit. It turned out all right, though.
What's it supposed to be?
It's Flora, of course, surrounded by all her favorite people.
Entouré de tous ses proches, donc ça veut dire
Ah,
entouré de la... mince, pardon. Entouré de la peintre plus d'un dindon, qui est censé symboliser sa fille. C'est pas terrible,
Why
hein?
would someone lock up a book like that?
We think it's a secret diary.
Aha! Teenagers are funny, aren't they? Looks like Freya's paints.
Do you know why the pots are cracked down one side?
No, that's very odd. They're normally in excellent condition.
You seem pretty sure about that.
My daughter Fiona and her best friend. They grow up so fast.
Do you know why it's ripped like that?
Ah, yes. I didn't even notice. No idea.
Vraiment, je vois pas trop quoi lui présenter comme ça.
It's unlike her to leave paint on the brush.
I think we'll give her a pass, given the circumstances.
Ah, yes. So we shall.
Bon, je vois rien d'autre, hein, sincèrement. Tu as quelque chose, toi?
Non, pas du tout. Bah, au pire, on peut retourner.
Ah, ça y est, ça y
Something
est.
about Felix's something.
Let's ask him about it.
En fait, quand on a demandé
There's
les bons
something
trucs.
about the image of Flora in the paint. Something.
Let's ask her about it.
Ah, on a débloqué 2 trucs. Ah, ça y est, on a
So,
fait un doute.
this painting, specifically that knife in Flora's hand.
Yeah, it's creepy. But we didn't find a knife anywhere in the room. So what's going on?
Ce n'est pas un couteau, c'est une plume.
It's not a knife. We need a clue to compare with the painting. Something to explain what that knife shape actually is.
C'est une plume, je suis sûre.
Je sais pas, c'est bizarre. Enfin, peut-être on n'a pas l'objet en question.
Non, il dirait
Let's
qu'on n'a
take
pas,
a
regarde.
closer look
Ah,
at this.
si, regarde, regarde, c'est la plume de pierre.
Ah,
Mais je suis sûre que c'est une plume
ah oui,
blanche.
elle est à droite là sur le truc.
Ça. Couteau peint. Elle n'est cachée pas, elle est écrite pas. Ce n'est en fait qu'une
Plume.
plume d'un oiseau, d'un pointeau.
N'importe où, oui, c'est ça.
Voilà.
The painted knife is actually just a feather from an ink dip bird.
It's definitely the right shape, but the book's not in color. The thing Flora's holding in the painting is red and white, specifically. Is there anything to suggest that the ink dip bird is red and white too?
Oui, la petite statue, en fait, l'espèce de dindon, c'est l'oiseau.
C'est ça.
This little thing? I don't understand why Felix would make a model of this bird as part of a gift for Flora. And come to think of it, why would Flora be holding a feather in the painting anyway?
Trio d'oiseaux. Un trio d'oiseaux a attaqué Flora. Non.
Un trio de plumes, hein, tu peux faire ça.
Ouais. Alors attends. A trahi Flora, donc elle a mangé. Appartenait à Penny, donc elle a gardé. Le joueur donne expérience. Appartenait à Flora, donc elle a gardé.
Le
Ah.
pointereau peut-être.
Il est où le pointeau? Ah! Donc elle la garde. Exact, j'avais pas vu qu'il y avait le piaf moche là. Car elle a une plume pour l'éliminer plus tard.
Ouais, je pense que c'est ça.
En tant que preuve, en tant que monnaie d'échange, pour s'en rappeler. Voilà.
The ink dip bird was Flora's pet, so she kept a single feather to remember it by.
She kept the bird as a pet. And it died?
Maybe it flew away.
Flora spends all her time staring out the window.
L'oiseau
Either
serait
way,
échappé.
she kept the feather. I think it was pretty important to her.
All right. So she was holding the feather while Freya was painting her. But where is it now? You'd think she'd keep it somewhere close by.
Yeah, I think she does. Normally. This
Quand
is
on en
where
met, ça va
Flora
être
usually
ici.
keeps her feather.
9.
Ouais, je pense.
Ouais. Oh, me dis pas que
Ah,
quelqu'un
you
aurait
opened it.
tué la
It's
fille
empty.
pour récupérer la plume.
Mm-hmm. Completely empty.
Elle va parler.
Flora? She's pointing at something in the corner of the
It's
room.
just a pile of books. They're not. Wait, there's something tucked inside this one.
La plume. Ah,
Ah, c'est quand il était tout petit.
le petit bébé.
Ah.
Un cadeau pour toi, bisous Freya. Qui c'est qui lui a offert ce tout petit oiseau? Oh, pardon.
Ah bah bien joué.
Oh, bah ça va. On va lui montrer le dessin et elle va nous dire des trucs.
I like these drawings, Flora.
Is there a reason why you wanted us to see them?
Qui c'est qui avait offert le petit oiseau?
Bah, celle qui aime les oiseaux.
Tu penses?
Bah, celle qui gère les oiseaux.
Elle nous montrait ça là. Ah non, on n'a pas fait le doute pour le vieux. Tiens, est-ce que ça dit quelque chose ça?
It's that bird. But these must have been drawn at least a year ago. Oh, how sad.
Oh, il est mort qu'au bout d'un an, son oiseau. Il n'est pas vécu vieux. Bon, c'était pas ça.
Le mari, alors.
Ouais. Lui, je pense qu'il est en deuil. Hein. Je suis sûre qu'il y avait un lien entre lui et Freya. Ah, mais
T'arrêtes
sérieux.
pas de te faire avoir.
Oui, bah écoute, ce sont des choses qui arrivent. Hein. Je vais juste regarder ça et après on va lui faire le doute.
These drawings are quite precious. I'm surprised Flora let you see them.
What happened to the bird? Did it die?
I don't know. Seems likely though, doesn't it?
Il aurait quand même pas tué par inadvertance l'oiseau.
So, about this
Et
paint we found
elle,
in
elle
the
aurait
room.
vu.
Nothing suspicious about it. I used it to paint, obviously. Totally normal thing to do.
We never said it was suspicious.
Come on then, out with it. What exactly are you accusing me of?
Ce n'est pas votre pot de
It's
peinture.
not your paint pot. Did you take it from somewhere else?
What on earth? It's definitely mine. I even have proof. Look,
Les étiquettes
the lid
correspondent pas.
matches the
Là,
ones
c'est
on
des
all my
triangles
other
et
paint
l'autre, c'est des
pots.
petites vagues.
End of discussion.
That's not the end of the discussion.
We need a clue to compare with Felix's red paint. Something to prove who it actually belongs to.
C'est pas les mêmes étiquettes. Voilà, regarde.
Le rouge.
La petite montagne et là, c'est les petites vagues.
Let's take a closer look at this.
Alors. Ah, il a été volé.
Bah, le couvercle ont été changé parce que par contre, les couvercles, tu vois, le couvercle est un petit peu comme un bol
Ouais.
et l'autre c'est marron.
Les couvercles ont été.
Freya's red paint pot
C'est ça,
was
t'as raison.
stolen and replaced
Bien
with
joué, inspecteur.
Felix's red
Ouais,
paint
ouais.
pot, but the lids were
Bah, attends, il a
swapped
pas
to
validé.
hide it.
Si, sinon il aurait
That
ça aurait
red
pas
paint
fait
is
le
from
lien.
Freya's supplies, not yours. Swapping the lids doesn't hide what you did.
Why are you bothering me about paint anyway? And none of this is connected
Sauf
to
que
your
le pot est remplacé du
murder.
sang. C'est du sang, Coco. Attends, non, le pot de peinture rouge.
Ce pot de peinture ne contenait pas de la peinture rouge.
Pas de la peinture rouge. Plutôt contenait du sang parce que je pense pas qu'il ait été vidé par était rempli avec
Du sang.
du sang. Pour peindre. Pour qu'Offray elle l'utilise.
This red paint pot was somehow filled
Ouais.
with blood before Freya used it
Oh
to paint
non.
Flora.
C'est le sang de
Oh.
l'oiseau.
That's definitely something. Right, fine.
Il
Here's
a
the
tué le
piaf.
piaf. Il a dit
I
à
was
sa femme que
busy
l'oiseau s'est
working.
échappé.
Ah.
A project when I suddenly realized I had run out of red paint.
Si l'autre s'est fait tuer juste
There
parce
was
qu'il y a
a
un piaf
certain
qui
amount
s'est
of
échappé, ce serait triste.
time pressure. So I politely asked Freya if I could borrow hers.
Parce que c'est sa
for a
fille qui a
little
tué
while,
l'oiseau
you
parce
know.
qu'elle était jalouse.
Perfectly reasonable request.
But she said no.
I tried to explain why I needed it, but she didn't seem to care. So, well, I took Freya's red paint pot and swapped it with my own empty one.
You went into her room?
Not my proudest moment, but it's just paint. I didn't touch anything else.
And the paint pot you left behind was definitely empty?
Quite. I have absolutely no idea how it got blood in it, if that's what you're asking.
Why were you in such a hurry to get a hold of red paint anyway?
I was trying to finish this in time for
Tu vois,
Flora's
c'est pas sa
birthday.
fille qui est présentée,
I
c'est
needed
Freya
red
et
to
le
paint
petit
the
dindon.
final details.
Could you not have just used a different color?
Out of the question. It had to be red and white.
If you managed to finish it, why haven't you given it to Flora yet?
Well, I decided against it in the end. After what happened, seemed a bit insensitive.
Alors le doute, on a fait quasiment tout. Ah, on va aller voir si je suis sûre qu'il y a un truc avec les petites statuettes. C'est la seule dont on n'a pas fait le doute, non? Lui, là-haut.
Celui en haut, non, je pense pas. En haut à droite, il me semble.
On n'a pas fait aussi? Bah, on va voir ça. Ah, alors tiens. Elle préférait un oiseau à toi. C'est un
Yeah, I
motif de
think
meurtre,
so.
hein.
There's a note on the back.
But she never showed them to me.
Well, I think it was a gift for your mother, like a private thing between Freya and Flora.
Freya is normally highly skilled at capturing someone's likeness, but in this painting, she has accidentally made Flora look quite young.
I think she was just being kind.
Why is that kind? Anyway, I'm far more interested in what Flora is holding. I performed the test on the red paint myself. I discovered that it was in fact not paint, but blood.
What made you want to test it in the first place?
It was Poppy. She told me she thought the painting looked like a bloody knife. I told her not to be ridiculous. My mother owns no such knife. But then I noticed that the color was slightly too dark, and the substance itself was overly viscous.
You noticed that just from looking at it once?
Of course.
Je pense qu'on peut avoir le... Ah non, pas de doute.
Mais du coup, c'est celle qui... Enfin, c'est pas celle qui s'est fait assassiner qui a peint. La goutte de sang, parce qu'elle aurait remarqué, normalement, si t'as l'habitude de peindre, tu connais la consistance de la peinture.
Non, on a parlé de tout le monde, on a fait tout le monde à part elle-même. On va aller voir l'autre là-haut dans sa tour.
Mais il reste plus que ça. Et peut-être l'inspecteur Gadget.
L'inspectrice Gadget, s'il te plaît.
Ouais. Et la grenouille dehors, on sait toujours pas comment.
Ce sera le fin mot de l'histoire, je pense, la grenouille.
Ah ouais?
Ouais. Toujours à se dandiner, on n'a pas le doute. Ouais, mais sur quoi on va l'interroger, lui?
Bah, scarabée d'or, ou gramophone.
Bon, on va tout faire.
Pointer property originally, purloined by the fellows. Typical. Where on earth did you find that?
It was in a bush outside. I think someone threw it away.
How peculiar. Yes, very nice. Where is that bird of Flora's? It's been a while since I've seen it. That's a very old book, isn't it? Looks like someone could have taken better care of it.
I like the look of a well-read book, better than one that's never been opened.
Ah, well put.
Papier chiffonné.
This looks a little rushed, even by Felix's standards.
At least he tried.
Yes, I suppose it's good for the old fellow to have a hobby. Keeps his mind from decaying, you know. What a precious photograph. She hasn't changed a bit, has she?
Who?
Oh, if you don't know, perhaps I don't either.
So, we found some research. What's up with this golden beetle? Is this something you're studying?
I can't help you, I'm afraid. I think it must be something left behind by a previous inhabitant of Tangle Tower. I'm not the first scientist to ever walk these halls, you know.
Well, it wasn't in the halls. It was in your astronomy tower.
Peut-être qu'il y a eu le doute, je sais pas.
Je sais pas.
va demander?
Ah, Penelope, our resident ornithologist.
Penny's your niece, is that right?
At this moment in time, until she marries the gardener.
She'll still be your niece.
But she'll depart from the world of the pointers and join the fellows. Like rats deserting a sinking ship. My puppy, my pride and joy. Exceptionally talented pianist from a young age. She... Hold on. Why is she on your list of suspects?
Because she's a suspect.
Oh no, I can personally vouch for her innocence. She'd never... Well, the truth is, she loved Freya very dearly.
If you don't mind me asking, what happened to Poppy's mother?
Primrose? She was Flora's sister, a Remington by birth. The playing field has never really been even since she left.
Where did she go?
Away. She went away.
On n'a pas le doute encore.
Moi je vois pas.
Je ne vois pas. Mélodie. Et la voix, c'est la bande enregistrée, non?
Ah, on lui a rien montré, bah
On
voilà.
lui avait déjà demandé ça.
That belongs to Flora, I think. Is that Fifi's diary? I'm sure I've seen it in her room before.
That's where we found it.
Have you ever read it? Do you know what's written in there?
Nope. I'm sure she wouldn't appreciate me invading her privacy.
I thought you and Fifi were close friends.
Yeah, we are. It's just Fifi's gotten kinda impatient with me recently.
Do you know why?
I'm not sure.
I'm sure she'd tell you if you asked.
Oh, she would. She'd give it to me straight. Probably why I've been avoiding it. Never seen that one before. Was it in the greenhouse?
No, we found it in Penny's room.
Right. I see a lot of birds up in the rooftop garden. They seem to really like it up there.
Why's that?
It's quiet.
Bah moi je pense qu'il faut aller voir le gramophone et utiliser les cassettes. Parce que je pense qu'il
There's
faut...
something about that diary
Ça y est,
we found in
ça y est.
Fifi. Something.
Let's ask her about it.
Allons-y maintenant. Voilà, tu vois, en y parlant, on a réussi à débloquer des trucs pour faire le doute de Fifi.
Is this your diary, Fifi? We found it in your bedroom.
Of course it is mine. Ridiculous question.
Why is it locked up like that?
You seriously require an explanation. Very well. A fairly common concept, the so-called secret diary, is favored in particular by girls between the ages of 10
So, there are secrets written in here?
This particular diary is unused.
It doesn't look unused.
Un papier dedans. Sur le dessus,
It's
ça
somebody
ferait bien.
else's diary.
How could you arrive at that conclusion? It is kept in my bedroom. It is mine.
We need a clue to compare with the diary. Something to prove who the original
Ça ferait
owner
bien.
was.
Là sur la photo déchirée, côté droit.
Ouais, elle l'a dans la main?
Ouais.
Ouais, ça doit être ça.
Let's take a closer look at this.
Allez,
Tu vois?
tac, tac, tac. Oui, l'étoile.
This blue book is the same thing as
Yeah,
the
we
secret
never-
diary,
Bah oui,
which
bien sûr.
proves it belonged to Freya.
You were hiding Freya's diary in your room, and you kept it locked, too.
Why would I do either of these things?
Parce qu'elle a découvert le secret honteux.
Fifi didn't want anyone to see personal secrets within Freya's diary.
Is this true, Fifi?
I know Freya was your friend, but if you're trying to hide something...
You did not know Freya, so this might be difficult to understand. She did her own thing, in her own way. By concealing Freya's written accounts, it is simply my intention to preserve her innocence.
Innocence?
Might be easier if you just let us read the diary, Fifi.
Very well. I will open it. However, as you read it, please remember, Freya was the most kind and the most wise person I have ever
Ça y est, on va
known.
avoir enfin plus ou moins le fin mot de l'histoire. Pourquoi est-ce qu'elle a été tuée?
Alright, Fifi,
Finally. What's in there?
Ah, c'est à cause d'elle que l'oiseau est parti. Le coup de l'harpe.
Non, c'est pas là que tu dois appuyer.
Ah, mais je... On aurait oublié quelque chose dans sa chambre.
various handmade.
What do you think those
Ah, le
symbols
piano.
mean?
Hopefully, nothing. There's a name for this. You know,
mélodie, elle est là.
these ones that sheet music.
It's only a few notes. I'd barely even...
It's been framed though.
Ah, voilà, c'est
Must
ça.
be important for some reason.
Et ça va être le piou le machin. Et ça, on va lui demander de jouer à ce truc-là.
Je pense, ouais. Attends, on va aller la voir. Allez hop, fais ton petit bidule et comme ça on pourra réussir à faire le machin. Avec la
Là.
harpe.
Yeah, it's mine.
Can you play
Voilà.
the tune for us?
Sure. It's literally 8 notes. I have it memorized.
Ok.
Ok. Qu'est-ce qu'on aurait zappé dans la chambre?
Did Freya paint those
They're
out?
kind of simplistic.
Maybe she painted them when she was younger.
Tous marqués. On a trouvé des marques.
Even though we're halfway, someone's been tracking in mud from outside. That's no
I
natural
like
light.
it.
Just little trinkets.
Let's leave them alone.
Attention, l'étincelle, ça change quelque chose. peut-être.
Not the kind of lamp I.
It's cool. Looks like old mining equipment or something.
Non, on peut pas l'éteindre.
That painting is really
Why
something.
would you want it looming over your bed like that?
Maybe Freya enjoyed the atmosphere it creates.
The atmosphere of chaos and oppression?
Hang on. There's a smaller version down by the floor.
It's a photograph.
Ah.
On n'a pas cliqué sur un truc énorme. Attends, on peut faire des trucs ici. Et du coup, on a un nouvel indice sur lequel il y a son petit papier.
Normalement, ouais. Ouais.
Photo du tableau. Ça serait pas... Je sais pas, l'oiseau ou un truc comme ça. Lui, ça a l'air proche.
C'est un dessin de l'inspecteur.
Un peu, ouais, peut-être.
That's one of Freya's
Voici, elle était là
paintings, is it
quand...
not? It's impressive, but a little miserable for my tastes.
Ok, ça change rien. L'inspecteur... Attends, on va voir ce qu'il dit. On a encore raté un truc chez Freya.
Apparemment, ouais.
Qu'est-ce qu'on aurait raté?
A lot of these
How
paintings.
can you tell if they're
On
finished?
a le truc
point.
de la harpe quelque part, je pense. Tous marqués à la tune.
Do you think this was always supposed
I
to
don't know. It
be?
is.
No windows either. Drawings.
What's that one on the left?
Looks like 2 people.
Ouais.
One of them's holding a red rose. There's something about those petals we found in Penny's something.
Let's ask her about it.
Tac. Ça y est, ça se débloque.
Doute.
So we found this.
Oh, that's nothing.
You wrote, "Now I'll get her," on a piece of paper and hid it in your room. That's not nothing.
Actually, it's not the message I wanted to ask about. It's those red flower petals.
The petals.
They're from red roses. And there's only one place in Tangle Tower with red roses.
We need a clue. Something that shows the roses. And who they belong to.
Alors, tac.
Là, sur le
C'était ça.
dessin.
Voilà, je sais où chercher.
It's a drawing of Fitz and Poppy in the rooftop garden. See what Fitz is holding?
I can't imagine what you're getting at, but it doesn't matter. I couldn't have taken anything from the rooftop garden. It's only accessible from Fitz's room or Poppy's room. How could I have taken something from a garden to which I have no access?
Is it really only accessible from those 2 bedrooms?
For most people, it would be. But don't forget, Penny's the resident ornithologist.
My dears, what are you accusing me of?
D'où les plumes, parce qu'ils ont été récupérés, les pétales de rose, c'est ça.
Un des oiseaux de Penny.
Attends, un des oiseaux de Penny.
Prévécieux ou la fleur de Penny.
Non, a été prélevé. A servi à corrompre, est utilisé pour espionner Poppy et Fitz. Parce qu'il prépare un meurtre. Non, pour voler un et voler des plumes, c'est ça.
One of Penny's birds
Voilà.
was used to spy on Poppy and Fitz and steal evidence from them. We know those two have been spending time together in the rooftop garden. I'm guessing you got paranoid. Wanted to know what they were up to.
I'm just not the jealous type. I would never suspect Fitz of anything like that. Besides, Tabitha hardly ever leaves her cage. She's certainly never flown up to the rooftop garden.
We need a clue to compare with Penny's birds. Something to prove one of them has been in the rooftop
Les
garden.
plumes. Attends.
Let's take a closer look at these.
Alors, qu'est-ce qu'il y a des plumes? Cette plume violette a été mangée par non. A été utilisée non. A été laissée par. Ah, j'espère qu'il faut pas dire comment qu'elle s'appelle. Non, c'est bon. Oiseau violet et rouge de Penny. Après qui a tué Frick? Non. Après qui s'est rendu? Non. Voilà.
This dark purple feather was left behind by Penny's purple and red bird when it visited the rooftop garden. Nope.
Non.
Non, c'est la jaune et verte.
Jaune. Ah, t'as raison, jaune et verte.
This yellow feather was
Ouais,
left
bien.
behind by
Bah oui.
Penny's yellow bird when it visited the rooftop garden.
I can't stand it! Knowing the 2 of them are hidden away up there in their private little garden. I couldn't risk spying on them myself, so I asked dear Tabitha to do it for me. I knew she'd be able to bring me back some evidence.
Sorry, Penny, but are you not overreacting a little?
You don't understand. Fitz is slipping away from me. He's so quiet with me these days, but being with Poppy seems to bring him out of his shell. I don't know what he sees in her miserable little... I apologize. This really isn't your burden to bear.
Bon bah voilà.
Ok. On n'a toujours pas de quoi avoir un doute sur lui. Mais on peut peut-être aller montrer le dessin à l'un des deux amoureux. Tadam.
Hey, that's me. Not a bad likeness.
It looks like you're standing in a rose bush.
Is there something wrong with that?
s'en fout.
I think everybody sees something different.
Did Freya ever tell you what she saw in it?
Not exactly. She said something about it being from a recurring nightmare.
Sorry, but if it was from a nightmare, why would you paint it and leave it in front of your bed?
Maybe she wanted to take control of it. Giving something a physical form can make it easier to deal with. Well, sometimes.
Ce serait le détective qui aurait tué... Enfin, la détective qui aurait tué la...
Bah, possible, hein.
Ouais. Allez, on va lui montrer ça. On ira voir détective. Il se dissimule tellement bien, lui, c'est atroce.
Fitz, one of these drawings is of you in the rooftop garden, I think, with Poppy.
Mm-hmm. Are we done? Freya's best work, in my opinion. Although the photo doesn't carry the same energy as the real thing.
What do you think it's a painting of?
What do you mean?
Like, what's the subject matter? What's that big red thing?
Oh, I don't think it's that kind of painting.
En fait, ça pourrait peut-être mettre, tu sais,
Poppy's
Monsieur
piano
Cap Rouge.
music.
Ça peut être un des deux
I
Cap Rouges.
remember when she started learning. She's improved a lot since then.
Yeah, that's generally how it works.
Right. Of course. Looks like someone doesn't want you to read that book.
That's the main thing making me want to read it.
Ok, donc on va voir le détective et après on va aller voir...
Ouais, d'abord détective.
Ouais. Je sais pas ce qu'elle écrit toute la journée, mais ça a l'air d'être passionnant.
I admit, it's powerful. Freya was a talented young woman.
Someone even liked it enough to take a photo of it.
Now, we don't know why they took the photograph, do we? Perhaps they just wanted it for reference.
Ah non, elle percute pas.
Is that a clue?
Dunno. It was important enough to be framed, though.
I framed my law degree, doesn't make it a clue.
Same? Yeah?
When did Freya draw the picture of you, Hawkshaw?
I didn't model for her, if that's what you're asking. She must have done it without my permission.
Could just be from memory. It's not quite as detailed as the others anyway.
On va aller voir Monsieur Cap Rouge. Ah non, il l'avait déjà vu, ok.
Freya was quite the talent. She had a way of capturing the spirits of her subjects. Not in an evil way, in a good way.
Ouais, non, il dit rien. On a oublié quelque chose dans la tournation.
Ah bon?
Oui, visiblement. Bon, on va s'arrêter là et on va terminer une bonne fois pour toutes dans le 7e épisode de Tangle Tower. N'hésitez pas à liker, à partager, à vous abonner si ce n'est pas déjà fait. On vous dit une prochaine. Salut, salut!